My name is Sarah Baxter, known as Sarah B, and the name of the company is SBD Events, and we're based in Dromore, County Down. We used to be based here in the Enterprise Centre for support to begin with, and now we've moved out on our own to Dromore. We're an events company, so we started as a window dressing company and now we grew into an events company, so we do anything from weddings to corporate events to shopping centres to business events to awards, fashion shows. We do all the setting up for them behind the scenes, and then the event happens after we've been. I started off as a window dresser, which evolved into a window dressing company, which then now has evolved into an events company. So 2002 I opened up a window dressing business. It was quite a big thing to do in Northern Ireland because there wasn't that many people, but I felt that I could make a business out of this, and the business grew, and then it evolved into an events business, which is where I am now. On average, you'd be working about 50 hours a week in your own business, but you're always looking for ideas and new inspiration. So I'm working all the time. The pain of my business would be that you're constantly working, so even whenever you're not in work, you're always responsible for what's going on, and you always get the phone calls. Not that you don't want to have the phone calls, but you always have to answer what people are calling you about or asking you. I think I knew the time was right was because when the job's too big for one person, so you actually get pushed into taking on another person. It's an added cost that you kind of think, can afford to do this, but you naturally need somebody else. So it was as soon as the job was too big for one, I took somebody else with me. Well, the reason why I took on another employee is because the job was too big for me on my own. And that was the only way I was going to be able to do it was to have somebody else. So you kind of were naturally forced into it, but it was a good thing because it allowed me to grow then. The only disadvantage is whenever it's your own business and you love it, you don't mind doing it, and you'll do after, it doesn't end at 5 o'clock, it could be 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you'll keep all going. When you've got somebody working with you, they're probably just not quite as dedicated as you would be. They might love it and they love what they earn, but they don't necessarily love it as much as you do, so you have to keep that in mind, that's something that if I want to work to 12 o'clock at night, it doesn't mean everybody else wants to. I probably would have got a lot of advice and support from the Enterprise Centre. I've always come back here again. There's a lot of, you can do different courses and things. You're not always necessarily get all the answers. You kind of work that out as you go along, but yes, I would have got a lot of support from the Enterprise Centre. I think the only thing that would have made it easier for me is if somebody nearly had like a tick list for you, so that you're kind of be aware that when you're employing somebody, you're taking on insurance, pensions, all the added costs that go with it, because you don't really know that. You're just looking at a basic wage and thinking that's it. So I think that's probably it, just that you've got a wee bit of somewhere that you can look up what it's going to cost to employ somebody. Okay, one of the most important things that I learnt is delegating, because I, as anybody will starting your own business, find it very hard to let go. So think as you grow, you've got to delegate, but you've got to employ people that can do the job as well, if not better than you can. So that was really very important to learn. My advice would be to pick somebody that's trustworthy, good personality, and that whenever you're not always able to be at the job, you're happy for them to be there. They'll talk to the client, they'll sell your company, and most importantly, they know what they're talking about, and which I think is a lot to do with their personality, so that would be a big factor for me.